Hi, Paul from PowerWashStore.com here. We're going to do a walk around here of the Angel Martinez Steamworks trailer that we just built for him. We come around to the inside here. You can see we have an SS series pressure washer, 5 gallons a minute, 3,500 psi. He's got his gas and his diesel right there. On this particular unit, we have a winterizing kit. So what we did is install the 3-way ball valve here that allows him to choose from the water from the tank or from the 16-gallon tank over there that he'll be able to use for winterizing. We have a K7 unloader on here. Right here, this cord is for the booster pump that is in the back, which can work off his generator or off a plug that he plugs in. On the back side of our vent here, what we did is we came in with the exhaust from the engine, and with the insulated flex pipe ran it up inside to the exhaust, up through the vent to the roof. When he winterizes this unit, we also have on here a quick disconnect on the bypass line that will allow him to prevent antifreeze from going into his tank. So what he's going to do is he's going to pull the pressure hose out and bring it over when he's ready to winterize. He's going to take the valve right here down on the bottom, and we're going to turn that down, or turn it up, I'm sorry, so that it's pointing up, and it would be drawing from the tank that has the antifreeze in it. We're going to take the unit, we'll disconnect the bypass line, we'll put it into the tank like this, and we would start up the unit and let it run for a second. What that's going to do is that's going to draw the antifreeze in and run it through the system and run it through the bypass line. Then we're going to take the gun or the valve on the end of the hose. We'll just open it up and we'll spray the water out until the point which antifreeze comes out of the line. Once the antifreeze comes out of the line, we can close the valve and the system's winterized and we can shut it off. Then we'll just put this back up onto the tank for storage. When you want to go from antifreeze to water and you're ready to work again, you're going to fill your tank up with water. You're going to come back over here into the valve that's on the bottom right down here. We're going to turn it down so we're drawing from the tank of water. We're going to disconnect our bypass line because we don't want to fill the water tank with antifreeze when we start it up. We're going to start up the unit. We're going to take the pressure hose. We'll bring it around over here. We'll start up the unit. We'll take the pressure hose, and because there's antifreeze in the line, we'll take the antifreeze and we'll stick it right inside the tank here, and we'll spray the antifreeze back into the tank so we can recycle it and reuse it. When we see the clear water coming out, we'll shut it off, turn off the machine, connect our bypass line back up to our tank, and we'll be ready to go and start spraying water. So that's the process that we use for winterizing and using water. We also have inside the tank truck here a UWS toolbox with the drawer slides, so he can open this up for storing all his tools and everything like that. Real nice setup for him, everything there. That's all secured down to the unit. Coming around to the back, we have a 4,000 watt Honda generator here that will power his booster pump. You can see it has built-in ground faults. It is electric start, so I can just turn it right up. We don't want to run it in the trailer right here, you see, like I just did. It's actually designed to be portable, so he can bring it either out of the trailer or run it out the door and use it anywhere he wants. And that's secured down with the D-hooks. Coming around to the back of the trailer here, we have our 3 hose reels. We have our garden hose reel, our low pressure reel for the booster pump, and our high pressure reel with the ball valve on the end of it here. That's quick connected for the pressure washer. He has a downstream chemical injector which he can install in line if he wants to use downstream soap. Right now we have it off for better flow. We have a 7 gallon a minute Gould booster pump. We have our proportioner system on here, and we have a control wizard remote control that will allow you to turn the pump on and off remotely with either the long range remote or the key fob remote. And you can see when I turn it on, you'll actually see the B button click. That is what actually turns the pump on and off. So I have the ability to turn the pump on and off from here. I can turn the pump on and off from here, or I can turn the pump on and off from here. So there's 3 different places. If for some reason I were to lose the remote or something like that, I can still do it manually. We're going to turn that off right now. Up here we have our ground fault plug that's built in here. So this is yet another place that if there's a problem, you have your ground fault reset here in a liquid type box. We have a 55-gallon tank here for our bleach. He has a choice between either 2 different surfactants or 2 storage tanks for his surfactant. He can use a detergent, he can use a surfactant, something like Agent Green or Secret Agent or Dragon Grip or Stick Up or something along those lines. He can put EBC in there to use with his bleach when he wants to do some cleaning. A lot of different products that he can put in there. We have our 200-gallon water tank with a built-in float valve and our Dross tubes for our proportioner. The way this works is we have basically what I call a 5-step system for him. And this is something simple for his employees to follow. We're going to start when we decide what we want to do. We're going to start with valve 1, 2, 3, 4, and valve 5. This one is pretty much going to stay where it's at with your choice of surfactant. So starting with valve 1, we're going to choose, do we want to use bleach or are we going to be flushing the system with water? So if I'm setting this, I'm going to set it to bleach because I'm going to start cleaning first. I'm going to go to valve number 2, which is my SH valve. I'm going to set that at the percentage of concentration of bleach that I want to use for cleaning the surface of my SH. If I'm cleaning, let's say, an asphalt shingle roof, this little guide here kind of gives you some recommended concentration. So let's say I'm doing an asphalt shingle roof and I want a 4% mix, right between 3.5 and 4.5. I'm going to set my SH valve at 4%. I'm going to set my detergent anywhere between 3 and 6 typically, so I'm just going to say my detergent's going to be at 4 based on what I'm using. That's the amount of suds I want. Valve number, that's valve number 1 or 2, 3, valve number 4. I'm going to take my water valve and I'm going to open it up all the way. And valve number 5, I'm going to select between drawing from my proportioner or drawing from direct feed from the garden hose reel, which I'll show you in just a second. So that's my 5-step system. That is, if his guys can follow those 5 steps every single time, they can determine exactly what they do. If they want to come back and they want to flush it, you know, what am I going to do? I'm going to flush it. All right, so I'm going to go to flushing in the water. I'm going to, valve number 2, I'm going to open my SH all the way. I'm going to close my detergent, and then I'm going to be on the proportioner. Now I'm ready to flush. Over on the hose reel here, and we'll go through the priming process in just a second. Over on the hose reel here, you see we have a ball valve up on the top of the water. And what this does is this allows us to choose between, when it's pointed up, feeding the water tank to keep the water tank full, or pointing it down to direct feed the proportioner. So if I have to prime the proportioner, which may need to be done if you run out of a particular fluid, once it's primed, it should maintain prime. But if I run out of water or run out of detergent or run out of SH, I introduce air into the system. And in order to get that air out and reprime the system, you need to force feed the booster pump to get the air out. The booster pump is designed where it